video. So today's video, we're gonna be talking about applying to nursing school. This is really exciting if you're thinking about this, so hopefully this video will help you just as a guide and what to expect when you're applying. All right, so let's get started. First, you need to figure out what type of degree you're looking for. So there are actually different types of programs that you can do to start working as a nurse. The first degree option that you can do is an associate's degree of nursing. So this is called an ADN, and this can be achieved in 2 years. The second type is a Bachelor's of Science in Nursing, and this is a 4-year program. The third option is the conversion from the ADN to the BSN, which is an additional 2 years. After you've looked at your options, then you need to figure out which degree works for you. Okay, so the second step is to simply look up schools in your area with the type of degree that you want. So some schools can either do the associates, they can do the bachelor's, or they can do an RN to BSN program. There's also that option that some of these schools might be online, and that can be really helpful. And this video is really out to anyone who's interested in nursing school. You can be in high school, you can be in college right now, or you could be already graduated looking for another career. This brings us to our third step. So this is where you're going to look at the criteria that is needed for that specific program at that institution. So unfortunately, there's not a universal set or criteria guidelines with each and every institution, which makes this process a little frustrating. They all have different deadlines for you to submit your application. So that's very important to pay attention to. You do not want to miss these deadlines. These schools all might have different criteria for classes that you need to take. So the main classes that is pretty much every institution are going to require are the big science classes. So like microbiology, biology, anatomy, physiology, those type of classes. Those classes are what institutions are going to look at and see what your grade is. I say strive for A's, but at least C's are passing in your science classes, because this is going to be a big part of the criteria that these people are looking at when they're looking at prospective students. Another thing that I do highly encourage you to do is apply to more than one college, because if you only apply to one and you don't get in, you're just going to be so disappointed. So just to better your chances, apply to more than one college. Apply to as many as you can, because if this is something that you really want, it's just going to better your chances of getting in and getting started in that program. Another thing is ACT. So when you look on their website, you'll see which ACT score they're kind of looking for. And if they give you that number, pay attention to that. But if you have lower than that number that they're looking for, that's okay. That's not going to discredit you as a prospective student, because this is what they want, but it's okay. Another thing is the GPA. So just like the ACT score. So I think sometimes it's like a 2.5, 2.8. So those are like the minimums. And if you are at that point, I would say try and get your GPA up as much as you can, because you just really want to outstand all the other students who are applying to guarantee your application. So just try hard in your classes, get A's if you can. But realistically, it's not always going to happen, and that's okay. Another thing that people think about is CNA experience. So CNA is Certified Nursing Assistant, and a lot of people do this before they go to nursing school or work as a CNA during nursing school. I personally worked as a CNA before I applied to see if nursing was my thing, and that was a great experience for me. This really helped me get a grasp on what nursing is and just get experience with patients. So I would recommend this if you have no experience in the medical field or in the nursing profession. Having experience as a CNA isn't going to discredit you as an applicant, but it does help, I think, just personally. But if you don't have that experience, that's okay. So the fourth step is going to be the process. So if you've applied and you have all your classes, in progress and you're doing well, this is a great step, because you're mainly done with all the hard stuff. You should hear back from these colleges that they've received your application. They're looking it over. One thing that these colleges or institutions might have you do is called a TEAS test. It's TEAS. And I only had to do this for one of the colleges that I was applying to. It's kind of just like another ACT, but it did cost money. When you look on the websites of the colleges that you're interested in, it should say if you have to take something like that. Another thing that these colleges might do after receiving your application is schedule an interview. Most of the time these interviews are just to get to know you and to put a face to your application, because they just want to see what type of person you are, if you have a good work ethic, all that stuff. If they do reach out to you because they want to do an interview, you really will have to prepare for this interview. I only had one school do that. It wasn't that bad. Another thing that they're definitely probably going to do is either have you submit an essay to them. It's not ever really that long. You just kind of want to sell yourself as much as you can. You just want to look like the best student. They want you. I know you want to apply to them, but they want you. They want your money. Have someone read over your essay. It definitely is important, but this is another way for you to show yourself to them and not just what your GPA and all of just like the numbers are, because the numbers don't define you. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope this helps you. I'm so happy that you're thinking about choosing the nursing profession. It is so amazing. I'm in my 4th semester of nursing school right now, about to graduate, take my NCLEX and all of that. Bye guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video.
Roll it, burn it, lose it. Hit that black and red, keep spending.